In the year 1999, a small theme park at the end of the Branson Strip opened called Branson USA.
Branson USA had a wide variety of rides such as the Flying Dragon Wagon, Zyklon, a carousel, a go-kart track, bumper cars, miniature golf, and more.
The park operated for 3 seasons while constantly underperforming. However, in 2001, it was closed and later sold to Herschend Family Entertainment in early 2002. In the year 2003, the park would reopen, but under a new name, Celebration City. This park was meant to be a sister park to the highly popular Silver Dollar City, also in Branson. Most of the rides from Branson USA were removed. The Herschends would spend $40 million on expanding and retheming the park to their standards. On May 1st, 2003, Celebration City opened its gates for the first time. Right after you would walk through the gates was the ticket building. To the left of the ticket building was the entrance, where you would get your ticket scanned for entry. After passing through the entrance, you would see the first area of the park, Celebration Street. This area was a sort of main street with clothes stores as well as candy store and even a Lego store. These stores were located in what appeared to be many separate buildings, however it was truly only one big building on each side of the street. The facades that covered the front of the stores gave a feeling of walking in the early 20th century town. The streets had cars from that time period as well as face painting and balloon carts. There were 4 buildings on Celebration Street. Dr. Smiley's Candy, Herman Schmidt Jewelry Shop, and Baldwin Theater Photos were all in Building AA. Across the street was Building BB, with Celebration Street Emporium and a pin trading stop. Building A was Kate's Cookies and Cream, which was a sweet store. The final building on Celebration Street was Paper Moon, which mainly sold decorations. At the end of Celebration Street sat the Grand Carousel. If you were to head to the left of the carousel, you would enter Route 66, an area based on the Mother Road, as Springfield is the birthplace of Route 66. On your right is the life-size Rock'em Sock'em robots, as well as roadside golf and gear, where you could pick up your golf clubs and ball for the park's mini golf course. The road then splits to a high road and a low road. However, they both end up at the same spot. If you take the high road, you will find the Last Chance Diners, a 1950s diner with pink and light blue interior. The building was decorated with movie posters as well as pictures of 50s diners. During the day, the building was mostly lit by natural light, as the building had many windows and a sunroof. If you keep walking past the Last Chance Diner, you will stumble upon the remote control boats, where you could put in some money and drive an RC boat for a few minutes. Moving to the low road, you would find the Jack Rabbit roller coaster, an E&F Miler coaster originally opened in 2003 for Celebration City. Next to the Jack Rabbit is the Route 66 Speedway, a free go-kart track. Continuing on, you would find Speedy's Philly Steak Sandwich Shop. This was a tiny building directly next to the entrance of the Route 66 Speedway. Celebration City really liked their cars, so of course Speedy had a red record truck with Speedy's Garage on the side. The Tilt-A-Whirl would come next, the same time you would find at a fair. Next to it was the Scrambler, a spinning flat ride. Continuing, you would meet where the 2 roads would join. To the left is Slick's Slightly Used Cars. This bumper track was decorated with hubcaps as well as light-up clocks on the walls. The outside of Slick's was covered with more hubcaps and street signs. This ride was left over from Branson USA, where it was repainted from pink to blue. Continuing on the left side, you would find Thunderbolt, an S&MC roller coaster left over from Branson USA. To the right of the street, you would find the Bayou Theater. This building was covered all down the walls with building facades. Starting from the right to the left is the Jukebox Arcade, which was really in the building and not just a facade. Next was Jim's Jewelry, which had 3 windows for displaying most likely fake jewelry. Moving on is the entrance to the Bayou, that had large neon entrance arrow sign. Next to that was the Route 66 Express that had a walk-up food window. The next building was a copy of the entrance building, however it did not have the entrance sign. Continuing was Umley Bros 5 and Dime store, and finally on this side is Kick 66 Barbecue. Kick's was a whole restaurant inside the Bayou, and that was the only outside entrance directly to Kick's. If you were to go into any of these 4 entrances to the building, you would find a large open space with signs and buildings along the walls displaying landmarks of Route 66. To the left is Kick's, and to the right is the arcade. In the main building was a house-looking facade, which was the backside of Route 66 Express, where you could also get food inside. Across the way was a large glass window where you could see the courtyard of the Bayou. Above the window was a large neon sign that stated the Mother Road. Going outside through the large glass window doors, you would find the front of the Bayou Theater.
Starting from the left is Steve's Bicycle Shop.
Next was Sparky's Appliance Store, decorated with a neon sign with a lightning bolt through it. The windows on the building had a cat clock, as well as a TV and other appliances. Next was Flat Top Barber Shop. Skipping over the next building, which we will get to soon, is Burling's Beauty Bar. Receding back to the normal building depth is Babe's Dress Shop. This building had 2 bay windows that have banners in them talking about the laser light show that we will get to later. Continuing on is Kick 66 Barbecue again. However, you could not enter the building through this door. Moving back to the center of the building was the grand sign stating Bayou in big white letters. Towards the bottom of the sign on both sides were letterboards that could be changed when they wanted to announce something. In the center of the courtyard is the interactive fountain that would shoot out water for kids to play in. This was a nice break from the sun on those hot Missouri days. The fountain was surrounded by planters where trees and flowers would grow. To the very back right of the courtyard, you would find Cat's Alley, a gift shop for what awaits behind it. Built for Celebration City by Great Coasters International in 2003 was Ozark Wildcat, a wooden roller coaster. This ride was loved by all and was a highlight of visiting the park.
It's fast. Everything is incredibly fast.
Hills and everything.
Had airtime on it. It was just great. It's a great wooden roller coaster.
The first hill takes your stomach, doesn't it?
I like the lumpy. He likes the lumpy part.
Oh, we loved it. That thing is the fastest thing. It is so surprising. You'd think it wouldn't be that fast, but
And it goes so fast. It goes down real fast and tickles our tummy.
It makes your stomach go up. Your stomach go up.
speed. I like the bunny hop.
I loved it a lot.
To the left of the courtyard was the kiddie ride area with rides such as the Bumblebee, a ride that would spin and move up and down. There was also the Frisco Line, a miniature train ride that would go around a loop. Freefall was a small drop tower bouncer. Next was the Flying Carpet, as well as Flying Aces, a plane ride that would go up and down as well as spin similar to the Bumblebees. Finally, in the Route 66 courtyard was the Electric Star Wheel, a Ferris wheel that gave breathtaking views of the park as well as the Branson Strip. The Route 66 area of the park was widely loved by everyone for the rides and attractions as well as the food. This section of the park had the most rides out of the rest. However, there is still one more part of the park, the Electric Boardwalk. Upon entering the Electric Boardwalk, you would find games to your left and to your right. Keep walking, and on the left side you would find Mustard's Boardwalk Dogs and Frank's Funnel Cakes. Continuing on the left, you would find the weight guessing game and basketball hoops. Moving over to the right side would be far more games than the left, as well as a play area and seating area around the back of the games. This play area had colored flags hanging from the ceiling, as well as colored blocks on the wall. The seating area was pretty bland with some picnic tables. The Electric Boardwalk was painted in a rainbow of colors, but the true colors would come out right behind the boardwalk. The Hershans also brought a new laser light show called Nightfire. This would shoot lasers in every direction while playing a wide variety of music. Nightfire was well received by many and was a staple of visiting the park. To add more to the already jam-packed show, there were fireworks that would be set off atop the wall. Continuing on would take you to the boardwalk kiddie rides, Swing and Twirl, and Ferris Wheel. Moving on would take you to a split. If you go right, you will enter the boardwalk pavilion. This was an area for gatherings and picnics and was possibly rentable. Turning left would take you to Shoot to Shoots. Also to the left, you would find Fireball, a swinging spinning ride that can be found at most carnivals. If you return to the beginning of the Electric Boardwalk, you will see Accelerator. Going up will take you to Otto and Maddie's Boardwalk Circus Toys. Across the road, you would find Margot the Magnificent. Mickey's Pizza was located next to Margot the Magnificent. Across from Mickey's Pizza was the Hocus Pocus Magic Shop. At the end of this walkway, you would end up at the Celebration Theater. This was also connected to Celebration Hall. This is what the park had to offer during the first few years of operation, with the occasional pop-up shops showing up and small ride changes every so often.
Throughout the years, Celebration City saw many changes. In 2005, Kick 66 Malt Shop became Kick 66 Barbecue. The logo got a redesign. The Circus Tree Gardens opened in the area behind the carousel. Nightfire would get a new name, Ignite the Night.
Celebration City opened its gates for the season on May 1st, 2008. The opening was heavily overshadowed due to the recession that was happening at the time. Banners were hung on the lampposts telling guests to upgrade their ticket to a season pass for the 2009 season. On October 25th, it was announced that day that employees would be removed from the park and moved to another Hershon property. Darkness fell once more in the park, and soon the gates would be locked and the neon would be turned off, never to light again.
Soon after the park closed, rides began to be relocated. Accelerator was moved to Silver Dollar City, where it was renamed Firefall and put in the Fire District area of the park. Jackrabbit was moved to Fun Spot America in Florida and renamed to Hurricane. Flying Circus was brought to Wild Adventures and renamed to American Flyers. Scrambler was also moved there and renamed Whirling Wildcats. Thunderbolt was renamed to Cliffhanger and moved to Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. The other rides were either sold to other parks or destroyed.
Ever since the park was closed, trespassing has been an issue. Some people come in to vandalize, such as throw rocks through windows or spray paint on the buildings. Many people would steal items as they were left in the open, and if they could see something through the windows that they liked, they would get it. Many people would go just to take pictures and video of the decay of the park. Sometime during 2015, Woodland Hills Family Church would rent part of the property near the Electric Boardwalk section. They would take over many of the buildings leading up to the Celebration Theater. They would gut and repaint the outside, as well as redo the entire insides. In early May of 2022, an announcement would be made that Silver Dollar City would be hosting an auction at the Celebration City property. The gates would be open to the public for the first time since 2008. Almost every building would be open, including Celebration Street Emporium, Dr. Smiley's Candy, Last Chance Diner, Cat's Alley, and the Bayou. Many of the buildings still had papers and items where they were left over 13 years ago. ATMs, cash registers, shelving, clothes, signs, Christmas decor, vehicles, and anything else that could be sold was sold. On day one, they would auction things that were more in the open, like stuff in slick, slightly used cars, Dr. Smiley's, and the Last Chance Diner. On day two, buildings such as the Emporium, Bayou Theater, and Cat's Alley would reveal what was left. Shelves and display cases sat in Cat's Alley with signs still telling of the wooden coaster it once neighbored. Signs that were taken off old ride posts and buildings were sold as well. Vehicles including Speedy's tow truck, the photo shop's prop car, a fire truck, a Coke truck, the carousel, and multiple signs were all auctioned off online. The third and final day consisted of Christmas items and things that didn't sell the first 2 days.
The current future of the park is unknown, as Hershon Family Entertainment remains very quiet on their affiliation with the property. Immediately after the park closed, Silver Dollar City would make a statement saying,
"The company is already exploring various new development concepts for the site, including an aquarium, other family attractions, rethinking the current park, and also destination, retail, and dining."
More rumors of redevelopment at the park were sparked following the auction. However, nothing has come of it yet.
Both Branson USA and Celebration City had their own websites that were completely different from one another. After Branson USA closed, they sold their phone numbers to the White House Theater, which kept it up until the Branson Police Department bought the building.
That's everything as of now, from birth to death, open to close. If more stuff happens, I'll make an update. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later.